Hello. Today, oh, hang on a second. Today is one of those days that has absolutely gotten away from me. I wanted to talk a little bit about like my meal planning and my meal prep. Tomorrow I have a tattoo appointment and it's a big one because we're starting on the leg. I'll bring you guys with me and I'll show you what it looks like afterwards. But I just find it's nice to have an idea of meals for the week. That way I know what I'm getting. I'm not making too much food waste. Also, I'm feeling very animated, like I'm talking with my hands too much today. Trust me, it's worse in real life. I hit people, I knock things over. It is just pure chaos. So you're lucky you're behind the screen and you don't have to deal with the wrath of my hands. So one tip that I have for you is to keep a stockpile of recipes that you like to use, whether it's because you enjoy the flavor or if you're more on like the fitness kick side of things, because they help you get to your goals. What I like to do is in my Google Chrome browser, I have a bookmarks folder called like recipes, and then I subcategory it. So it could be like chicken, it could be like one pan recipes, it could be beef, it could be, you know, and I just separate it into different categories. So if I'm feeling like something in particular, I know where to go looking for that. Or like I said, I'll just scroll on my blog and be like, what do I feel like? Once you've got your master list of recipes, you can go through your pantry, you can go through your freezer, your fridge, and see what ingredients that you have that line up with the recipes that you really enjoy. I know I've mentioned this app like a billion times in the past, but it's because I've used it for years. Lifesum. I have done sponsorships with them before in the past, but I do pay for a pro membership, and I always have, just because it gives you the ability to edit your macros in your profile. So if you want to edit your macros, you go settings, personal details is where you set your calorie amount, and then when you go nutrition settings, it will let you edit your macros, and so you can just like change them depending on what you need at the time. So that's what mine is set up to at the moment. And then a really big mistake, which is very easily remedied, that I see a lot of people make when they're trying to do the calorie macro thing, is they just count their calories or macros as they go throughout the day. Hear me out, just plan your day out with it. Use it as like a tool to plan out everything you can eat, and I guarantee it's gonna feel a lot better for you because you'll get more balanced meals in. So I like to plan my day backwards. I'll start with dinner, then I do lunch or breakfast, whichever, and then I use my snacks just to like fill in the gaps. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna dehydrate some strawberries in the oven. I've got some bananas which are getting a little bit old, so I'm gonna chop them up and I'm gonna put them in the freezer. And then I'm gonna meal prep a meal which I can pack with me tomorrow, because it will be tomorrow's lunch and the next day's lunch, which I've planned in. It's just gonna be pretty basic. It's a chicken and teriyaki dish. So I find I like to plan days out, like 2 to 3 days worth of meals in advance. You can plan out the whole week if you want to plan out the whole week, but I never would cook a whole week's worth of food in one go. I'll only ever cook 3, max 4 days worth of food, because firstly, fridge space. I don't have the biggest fridge or the biggest kitchen in the world. It's quite small. I'll pick 2 to 3 main dishes, which I'll make a few of, and then I also like to prep 1 or 2 snacks. And I've already made some chopped coconut protein balls, which, oh my god, they're my favorite ones. If you guys saw the last vlog that I did, I shared how to make them in that vlog. Normally then I would write my shopping list, and I use the app Bring for that. I've mentioned it a few times before. It's honestly just use the notepad on your phone if you don't want an app, but I like Bring. This is the brand that I found that I bought for the teriyaki stir fry. So no added sugar. The ingredients list actually looks pretty good, and I'll read out the macros because you probably can't read it from here. So there's 4 servings in a packet, and each serving has only 14 calories. So there's 2.9 grams of carbs with 0.7 grams of sugar. So keeping my PCOS in mind, I tend to try and keep my sugars reasonably low most of the time. It's not never, it's just lower. Obviously hardly any protein, 0.4 grams, but I'm not trying to get protein from a source. And then fat is less than 0.1 gram. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chop some chicken into a pan, and I'm going to put some salt on it. Then I'm going to let the veggies cook down a little bit before I add in this sauce. Now, if you want to prep it all together to make it easy, what you can do is actually take your rice and just put it in the pan, or noodles or whatever you want to use, and mix it through. But just so I'm a little bit more accurate with my macros, what I'm actually going to do is cook the chicken and veggies with the sauce and a little bit of olive oil in one go. And then I'm actually going to add my rice in separately, just so I can measure my rice portions a little bit more accurately. Good morning. I have not eaten yet today, and I'm so hungry. I have, oh, you can't even see that. I've got a scale and things here. I'm not moving my camera right now. I've got my chicken dish that I made yesterday, and I've just popped some rice in it. I changed it into a smaller container because it just fit in my bag a little bit better. And then I've got my eggs and rice dish, which I planned out. And now I'm gonna make my smoothie. I was just kind of saving it because I like to have a meal right before I get tattooed. So I've got some banana, frozen zucchini, protein powder, unsweetened cocoa, almond butter. I'm gonna pack this with me, and I'm gonna eat it before we start. Actually, you know what? Look, I was gonna do a close-up, but it's all healing and like gooey. I'll just put a photo on the screen that Chris, my artist, he took like straight after he did it, because it's looking a little bit red and a little bit angry now. This is my favorite aftercare cream for anyone who is interested. I've used so many different kinds, including like bepanthen and all that sort of thing. But this is by far my favorite because I feel like it literally speeds up the healing process. They are certified cruelty-free, and actually, oh, it says they're certified organic and it's vegan too. So if that sparks your interest, you might want to go have a look at them. I wanted to chat, I wanted to check in, I wanted to show you my tattoo, and I also wanted to share another thing which I'm meal prepping today. So sometimes I'll do all my meal prep in one go, like when I film a meal prep video, I'll just prep everything at once. And sometimes I do it more like this where it's just broken apart into different things. So tonight I'm having roast vegetables with some chicken. I've also got a recipe for it, so I'll leave that link in the description box. But this afternoon I am feeling super tired, so I wanted to say thank you for watching all the way through to this video. I appreciate you so much. I shall say goodbye and I'll leave you with this vegetable prep which I am doing for tonight's dinner and tomorrow's lunch. See you next time.